Okay. Just type in chat box. You can hear me, right? Screen is also visible to you, right? Sure. So let us start. So yesterday we have seen till error, isn't it? That what is the error for each and every method? Trapezoidal, Simpson's 1/3, Simpson's 3/8 rule. Okay. Now let us see truncation error. Okay. Now see, Roshan, yes, we can do that. बट वही अभी सिलेबस में हम बहुत पीछे चल रहे हैं, राइट? वी आर गोइंग वेरी बैक इन सिलेबस. सो आई विल वी कैन डू वन थिंग. पहले एक बार सिलेबस खत्म कर देते हैं, ठीक है? जस्ट फिनिश दिस सिलेबस फर्स्ट बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग आवर टारगेट टिल दिस 15 जुलाई 15 अगस्त. ओके, फिर डाउट्स तो करते रहेंगे उसके बाद, डोंट वरी. ओके, श्योर. नाउ where were we there? Okay. Okay, you can try different questions, right, based on the topics we have seen. So let us see now truncation error. Last model, right? So for truncation error, exactly you have to remember first what is its basic rule and its error order. Okay, because you can expect questions based on its error order only. Okay, because no need to remember its whole lengthy formula because it will be a cumbersome. Okay, so I am giving you both, but no need to remember that formula. Okay, मतलब आप remember कर सकते, you can remember that. You can expect questions based on that also. Okay, give me 1 minute. Now see over here. Where are we now? Okay, so truncation error. I am giving you direct formula, right? Just remember this table. So we are going to see this truncation error for all these three rules. Rule, this is short form of truncation error, and this is its error order. Okay. Now see over here. So if we will use trapezoidal rule, for trapezoidal rule, our truncation error is minus b minus a by 12 into h square into f double dash x, right? and its error order is its order of step size. So its error order is h square. This is symbol of O of h square, right? So its error order is h square. This is for trapezoidal rule. Now, similarly, for Simpson's 1/3 rule, this is minus b minus a by 180 into h to the power 4 into f4x. Okay, it's fourth order derivative. So its error order is h to the power 4, right? Whatever the maximum power of h used in this step size, or the maximum power of step size used in truncation error formula, it is called its error order. Okay. And finally, for Simpson's 3/8 rule, it is minus 3 times b minus a by 80 into n. Right, this is your n, b minus a by n, into h to the power 4 into f4x. And here this all values f double dash, f4, that you have to take their respective maximum values from given interval. These values should be maximum, right? This all values should be maximum. So here also your error order will be, from here it is h to the power 4, but b minus a into n, b minus a into n is also h or not? B minus a by n is also h. So h into h to the power 4, this will become h to the power 5. Okay. And this error order of h square of trapezoidal order was once asked in GATE. Okay. This was once asked in GATE. That's why I have given you this whole table. So maximum chances are there they will ask you error order, right? Or they will ask you this truncation error. Truncation error ke chance bahut kam hai. There is very less chance of asking truncation error, but they can ask you this error order. Is it clear now? This table is clear or not? Right. So this is one definition of truncation error, right? It is derived from Taylor series, but we don't need to see it in more detail. This is enough. Okay. So shall we move to our third section of this chapter? That is numerical solution of differential equation. Right. This table is clear or not? Just आपको ये याद रखना है. ये table में ज़्यादा समझने का कुछ नहीं है. Okay. Just you need to remember this. Okay. So let us start new page. That is.
और वो maximum वाला क्या था sir?
हाँ. Let me show you that maximum point as well. Now see. The meaning of maximum over here is, suppose they will give you one function like this, right? Function is x square plus 2x. Okay. And they will give you one interval, that in interval close interval 1 to 2. Okay. Now you have to find, suppose you are using trapezoidal rule. So for trapezoidal rule, you have to find maximum value of f double dash x, okay, in close interval 1 to 2. Since it is f double dash, let me take here x cube. Okay. So from f, what is f dash over here? F dash will be 3x square plus 2 or not? What will be f double dash? F double dash is 3 to the 6x. Right. Now tell me in this interval, close interval 1 to 2, right? This is my 1, this is my 2. So my f double dash is 6x. At 1, it is 6 into 1, 6. At 2, it is 6 into 2, 12. And in between 1 to 2, its graph will be like this. Right? This is your graph of 6x. So in this interval, what is maximum value of 6x? What is maximum value of f double dash? 12. Okay. So I will take 12 over here, f double dash. Okay. So let us find this truncation error as well. Right. Here they have not given n. Okay. B is 2, A is 1. So minus 2 minus 1 by 12 into h to the power 4. So let us take n equal to 4. So h equal to 2 minus 1 by 4. Suppose n equal to 4 is given in this question. So it is 0.25. So 0.25 to the power 4 into f double dash x, or maximum value of f double dash x. So maximum value of f double dash is 12 or not. Okay. So maximum value of f double dash is 12. So here this 12 will get cancelled out. 2 minus 1 is 1. So minus of 0.25 to the power 4. This will be your answer. Right. Is it clear now? What is maximum value? Okay. And how we can find this truncation error if they are asking us to find that. Okay. So just
ट्रेपेजोइडल में h स्क्वायर आता है ना सर?
h square. हाँ, my mistake. H square. So 0.25 to the power 2. Okay. Okay. So is it clear now? Now can you find this truncation error easily? Right. So just you need to analyze your graph, that your graph is giving maximum value at which point. Right. Suppose instead of here plus 6x, it will be minus 6x. Right. Suppose instead of 6x, it would be minus 6x. So, and same graph from 1 to 2. So at 1 you will get first minus 6, and at 2 you will get your minus 12. Right. So what is maximum value over here? Minus 6 or not? Minus 6. Okay. So for f double dash equal to minus 6x, its maximum value will be minus 6. Okay. Just you need to analyze that function. Okay. Now let us start our final topic of this chapter, which is very less and very small topic. Numerical solution of differential equation. Here we are going to learn 2-3 different methods, and I will give you all formula of them. Okay. So see over here. Numerical solution of differential equation. Okay. Now see, there are two classification of them. First of all, let us consider how we are going to represent differential equation over here. Right. Differential equation is one of equation which contains differential. Okay. So dy by dx is equal to f of xy. This is your differential equation. And here they will give you one initial boundary condition, that is y of x naught equal to y naught. Okay, this boundary condition should be given. So this you can evaluate by two rules. One is Euler's method and one is RK method, Runge-Kutta method, right? So that I already shown you in previously, okay, or in starting of this class. So let us see both these methods, or formula of both these methods, and what is the method, or what is procedure of each method, I can say. Now, first method, Euler's method, or in foreign countries, its pronunciation is Euler. Okay, so if any of your professor from your college is from foreign, so he or she will pronounce it like Euler. Okay, so this is your Euler's method, and second is Runge-Kutta method, that is your RK method. Now see here. In Euler's, again, there are two different methods. Right. Those I will give you in first line by line. In Runge-Kutta, you can have three methods. Okay. Now see, So for Euler method, your first method is forward Euler method. If they are telling you in question that it is Euler method only, by default take this as forward Euler method. And if they are specifying backward Euler, you can take this as backward Euler. And most of the chances are for forward Euler, that is Euler only. Okay. So your first method is forward Euler method. Okay. This is your default method. If nothing is specified in Euler method, you have to use this method only. Formula for this method is, or iteration formula for this method is, yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus h f of xn yn. Now what is f of xy? F of xy is your dy by dx. Right. What is f of xy? F of xy is your dy by dx. So this is your initial conditions for differential equation. The dy by dx is f of xy with y of y naught, y of x naught is equal to y naught. So yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus h times f of xn yn. Second, right, and this was asked in GATE many a times. So a GATE point of view, this is important. Second is your backward Euler's method. Another name for backward Euler's method is implicit method. Or its name is implicit Euler's method. So here your yn plus 1 will become yn plus h f of xn plus 1 yn plus 1. See over here, what is the difference? Here you have to put xn yn, but here it is xn plus 1 yn plus 1. That's why it is backward. Okay. So these are formulae for forward Euler and backward Euler method. Once you will see example of each method, then you will get more clear idea. Sure. Now let us see what are the formulae for RK method, or what are the different RK methods. Okay. In RK there are three methods: second order RK, third order RK, and fourth order RK. Amongst the first one, that is second order RK, is also called modified Euler method or improved Euler-Cauchy predictions or predictors. Okay, see over here. So first one is second order RK. Another name of second order RK is modified Euler's. And another name is improved Euler-Cauchy. Let us use this. Predictors. So these are all your name of second order RK. Now here you need to remember a set of formulae. So for second order RK, your y1 should be y0 plus 1/2 k1 plus k2. And here I am not giving you in terms of yn plus 1 and yn, because these are lengthy formulae. So they will ask you only one iteration over here. So k1 is equal to h times f of x0 y0, and k2 is equal to h times f of x0 plus h and y0 plus k1. x0 plus h and y0 plus k1. This is important over here, right? H and k1. Because in all the different RK methods, second order, after the third order and fourth order, these quantities are going to change. For second order, you are having 2k. Third order, you will have 3k. Fourth order, you will have 4 case. Okay, so this is your second order. Let us see fourth order first, because fourth order is easy and formulae of third order is difficult. Okay, so second method is fourth order RK. For fourth order RK, your y1 is defined as y naught plus 1 by 6 k1 plus 2k2 plus 2k3 plus k4. Right, so your y1 is defined as y naught plus 1 by 6 k1 plus 2k2 plus 2k3 plus 2k4. Your k1 is here h f of x naught y naught. K1 will be always same. Now for k2, you need to add h by 2 and k1 by 2. Right, h by 2 in x and k1 by 2 in y. So for k3, same, h by 2 and k2 by 2 this time. Okay, so x naught plus h by 2, and in y you need to add k2 by 2. And final, for k4 you need to add x naught plus h comma y naught plus k3. Okay, is it clear now? Right, formula clear हो रही है? Please give me some response. Right. Just formulae that what we are writing in formulae, that should be clear. You should understand that what is each term. When we will see their example, then you will get more idea. Third order RK. y1 is equal to y naught plus same 1 by 6, but here we will have k1 plus 4k2 plus k3. Now see why I was giving this third order late. K1 is same. K1 is equal to h f of x naught y naught. For k2, it is also same. It is h into f of x naught plus h by 2, comma y naught plus k1 by 2. And k3, it is your h f of x naught plus h, comma y naught plus k dash. Now, what is k dash over here? So here your k dash is h times f of x naught plus h, comma y naught plus k1. So this makes it a little bit complicated. Okay, so x naught plus h and y naught plus k dash, and k dash is h times f of x naught plus h, comma y naught plus k1. Okay, that's it. A little complicated, not a big deal. So we will see now each example of, or one example of each method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So let us see 5 questions. Is it clear? And then also we have to remember error order in all these methods. Okay, so that I will give you at the last after seeing all the examples. So let us start all the examples. Now, first question. And I will make table of error order here only. Okay, in this space. In this space, I will make table of error order so that you can find all formulae in the beginning only. Okay, sure. So question number 1. Chalo, if dy by dx is equal to x plus y, y of 0 equal to 1, h is equal to 0.1, find y of 0.2 by using forward Euler's. Okay. solution. Sure. So we all know forward Euler's formula, right? So if dy by dx is given to us, dy by dx is equal to x plus y. So from here, just identify, yes, this is f of xy. Y of 0 equal to 1, that means this is our x naught and this is our y naught. Okay. Step size is 0.1. Our initial value is 0. See over here. So for this type of question, just make this type of table first, a mini small table, so that you can identify you are at which position and where you have to move. So your initial condition is at x equal to 0, your y is 1, right? With step size is equal to 0.1, you have to reach towards 0.2. That means you have to find value of y when your x is 0.2. So when I will add 0.1 to 0, my first term will be 0.1, right? After that, when I again add 0.1, I will get 0.2. So I can solve this equation or solve this question in 2 steps. Is it clear or not? In first step, I will get y of 0.1. In second step, I will get y of 0.2. Okay. So what is the Euler's formula? Right, forward Euler's formula. See here, yn plus 1 equal to yn plus h times f of xn, comma yn. So yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus h times f of xn, comma yn. So with the help of 0, I will get this, right? See. So let me add this as well. This is your serial number. So here I will take n0, 1 and 2. Okay. So step 1. So for n equal to 0, so this will become y1 equal to y naught plus h times f of x naught comma y naught. So y naught is 1 plus h times h is 0.1, f of x naught y naught, that is 0 comma 1. Okay, and what is f of xy? It is x plus y. So f of 0 comma 1, it is 0 plus 1 or not? X plus y. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So it is equal to 1 plus 0.1 into 1. This is equal to 1.1. y1 is 1.1. This is 1.1. Now with the help of x1, y1, we will find y2 now. So for y2, I will put n equal to 1. Right. So this will become y2 equal to y1 plus h times f of x1 comma y1. What is y1 over here, students? 1.1 or not? Plus h. H is 0.1. Now f of x1 y1. So f of 0.1 comma 1.1. Right, x1 y1 is 0.1 comma 1.1 only. Okay. So this will be your 0.1 plus 1.1. 1.2 or not? So this is your 1.2. 1.2 into 0.1, 0.12. 1.1 plus 0.12. So it will be your 1.22. This is your y2. So y1 is 1.1 and y2 is 1.22. Is it clear now? Please give me some response. This first question is clear, right? If this first question is clear, then yes, right? Then you can solve these questions of forward Euler now. Okay. Now let me show you one question of implicit Euler, okay, or backward Euler. So this backward Euler was asked in GATE 2003, okay, and this similar type of forward Euler was asked in previous year GATE, right, in which they have asked till y of 0.3, right, same question. So for y of 0.3, you have to do third iteration as well, okay, just one iteration more. Now, so GATE 2003 question, dy by dx is equal to 0.25 y square. Dy by dx is equal to 0.25 y square. Y of 0 equal to 1. H equal to 1. Yes,
सर
Roshan?
एक बार लास्ट स्टेप फिर
Okay, okay. Why not? See over here.
लास्ट क्या करना है?
Yes, see. So here, just observe this last step. just what we have done, this is our iteration formula, right? Yn plus 1 equal to yn plus h times f of x and yn. So first I have used this iteration formula to find y1 with the help of y0. So I have put n equal to 0, so y1 equal to y0 plus h times f of x0 y0. In the same way, after getting y1, now with the help of this y1, I want to find y2. How I can find y2? I have put n equal to 1 in this equation. So when I put n equal to 1, this will become y2, this will become y1, and this will become h into f of x1 y1. Okay. So f of x1 y1, f of x1 is 0.1. This is x1. Y1 is 1.1. So f of 0.1, 1.1. Here f of xy is defined as x plus y. X is 0.1 plus y is 1.1. 0.1 plus 1.1, 1.2. So its function's value is 1.2. Step size is 0.1 and y1 is 1.1. Okay, so if I simplify this, I will get 1.22. Is it clear now? Okay.
लेकिन सर हमें तो x बराबर 0.2 के लिए फाइंड करना था ना, y of 0.2 है ना.
हाँ, तो y of 0.2 का मतलब यही हुआ ना. Y of 0.2 means
तो x1
here our input is 0.2, isn't it? For that is what we have to find. When our input is 0.2, right? We have to find y of 0.2. When our input is 0.2, then what is the value of our output? So at 0.2, our output is 1.22, isn't it?
तो सर हमने यहाँ x1 is equal to 0.1 क्यों लिया?
x1 हमने 0.1 इसलिए लिया क्योंकि step size is 0.1. Here step size is 0.1, right? So we have to move as per our step size only, right? If they haven't specified step size in the question, then we can take step size 0.2 directly. So in first step only we can get answer. So if I take h is equal to 0.2, so I can get my answer in first iteration only. This is 0, this is 1, this is 0, 0th iteration. After that, in first iteration, I will add step size. So this will become 0.2. Okay. But that
Okay,
will
sir,
be
clear.
not more precise, right? Yes. So the lesser will be step size, you will get more precise value. Okay. Is it clear now? So GATE 2003 implicit Euler, dy by dx is equal to 0.25 y square, y of 0 equal to 1, step size is equal to 1. See, in this question they are giving us step size is equal to 1. Now find y1 and we have to find y1 only. So here we will get in only one step size or one iteration by using implicit Euler's method. So we have to use implicit Euler's method and we have to find this. All the options are 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now see over here. So let us write given data first. So in this question they have specified dy by dx is equal to 0.25 y square. So this will be our f of xy or not? Dy by dx is f of xy. Y naught equal to 1. So this is our x naught. X naught is 0. Y naught is 1. Okay. Now step size is equal to 1. H is equal to 1. We have to find y1. So whenever you are getting this type of equation, just make this small table, because this small table will give you idea from where to till point you have to begin. So when you will put x equal to 0, your y is 1, right? Your initial condition. That is your iteration number 0, 0th iteration. Now your first iteration, your step size is 1, that you have to find. So what is formula of implicit Euler? Yn plus 1 equal to yn plus h times f of xn plus 1 yn plus 1 or not, right? Same formula like Euler, but instead of x and yn, we are having xn plus 1 yn plus 1. So let us put n equal to 0 over here. So this will become y1 is equal to y0 plus h times f of x1 comma y1. Okay. So what is y1? Y1 I have to find. What is y0? Y0 is 1. What is step size? Step size is 1. Now function x1 y1. X1 is what? X1 is 1. But y1 I need to find this. Okay. So how I can write this function? So my function of xy is defined as 0.25 y square. Right. My function is defined as 0.25 y square. Now instead of x and y, I am putting input 1 and sorry, instead of x, my input is 1, and instead of y, my input is y1. So for 1 comma y1, it is defined as 0.25 y1 square. Right, now I have to find y1 only. So this is your y1 is equal to 1 plus 0.25 y1 square. Okay, so if I rearrange these terms, so therefore 0.25 y1 square minus y1 plus 1 equal to 0. Right, just I have taken y1 to that side. 0.25 is 1 by 4 or not? So y1 square minus 4y1 plus 4 whole divided by 0 equal to 0. So if I have to find its roots, so this is simple. This is y1 minus 2 whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square equal to 0 implies y1 equal to 2. So that's why implicit Euler is difficult, backward Euler. Right. Because to find y1, you have to use y1 over here. Is it clear? Okay. So in earlier steps, we can get this directly, right? In forward Euler formula, we can get this value directly as constant. But here always this will be in terms of variable. And according to the function, this can be any variable. Okay. Please explain again. Okay. See over here. So I'm explaining this once again. y1 equal to y0 plus h times f of x1 y1. This is clear or not? First step. Right. Our formula for implicit Euler is yn plus 1 equal to yn plus h times f xn plus 1 yn plus 1. This is our formula or not? So if I put n equal to 0 over here, this will become y1 equal to y0 plus h times f of x1 y1. Right. This step is clear. Now, what is our y1? y1 is this value that we have to find. What is our y0? y0 is 1. So this is 1. Step size is 1 given in the question. Chalo, f of x1 y1, f of x1 is 1, y1 I need to find. So 1 and y1. F of xy, how f of xy is defined? F of xy is defined as 0.25 y square. So f of xy is defined as 0.25 y square. Okay. So our x is 1, right? And this is our y1 that we need to find. So this is your 0.25 y1 square, 0.25 y1 square. Okay. So y1 here, this is your y1, this is 1 plus f of 1 comma y1 is 0.25 y1 square, 0.25 y1 square. Is it clear or not? Chandrasekhar, till this point, is it clear? F of 1 comma y1 is 0.25 y1 square. Please give me some response. If it is not, okay, so yes, this is clear. So now this is our quadratic equation. So let us take y1 on this side. So this will become minus y1. So this is your 0.25 y1 square minus y1 plus 1 equal to 0. Now if you simplify this 0.25, 0.25 is 1 by 4. 0.25 is 1 by 4. So here it is 1, here it is minus 4, here it is plus 4. Whole divided by 4 equal to 0. Now, just you need to solve this quadratic equation. For this quadratic equation, you can use discriminant concept as well, b square minus 4ac. Okay. Or if it is perfect square, see this is perfect square,